Hi, I'm Rick Mackley. At Rockin' Media, we're always striving to give you the best, most realistic listing photos. Over the past 20 years, the digital process has evolved from single exposure with strobes to HDR or high dynamic range photos. Flash photos had accurate color but lacked a real quality, and HDR photos looked natural but had issues with color accuracy. HDR is where most others stopped evolving, but a few years back I developed a new process called FlashHDR, which takes the natural look of HDR and combines it with the color accuracy of flash photography. This new process was far ahead of everyone else, but I didn't want to stop there. Today I'm excited to tell you about the latest enhancement to FlashHDR called FlashHDR Plus. This takes your photos to the next level. There are 4 enhancements that make up FlashHDR Plus, with the first being something that has been requested: brighter photos while maintaining color accuracy. The second enhancement in FlashHDR Plus provides your listing photos with clearer windows. We achieved much of that clarity in the original FlashHDR process, but this update takes it to the next level. Here's a room that I photographed using HDR in 2013, and the same room 10 years later using FlashHDR, and now with FlashHDR Plus. And the third enhancement to FlashHDR Plus is the addition of blue skies. Now, unless there's a heavy rain or snowstorm, your photos will have blue skies. While many others are providing blue sky enhancement to exterior photos, our blue sky enhancements add blue skies to interior photos as well. Here's a photo that was taken right before a storm, and this is the same photo with blue sky replacement. The final enhancement to FlashHDR Plus is the addition of images to video screens that are turned off, whether they are flat screens, old vacuum tube TVs, or projector screens. Rockin' Media will now be adding images to your photos. Let's take a look at some examples using FlashHDR Plus. One of the most challenging rooms to shoot is one with dark walls, with light window trim, and views out the windows. Notice how FlashHDR Plus makes this room stunning. You're probably asking yourself, what's this going to cost me? We're not charging you more for these enhancements. This is how we process our photos. And yes, this process is included with all listing concierge orders with no upcharge. Of course, the build your own doesn't include photos. So that's the FlashHDR Plus process. As you can tell, this takes our photos to the next level and gives you an advantage in the marketplace. If you have further questions, please reach out to me, and we look forward to seeing you at your next listing.